My presentation is over the topic of the undead. For hundreds of years, the undead have been depicted in all forms of entertainment, including books, film, television, and video games. In recent years, it has been gaining popularity. This first photo is from the film Pirates of the Caribbean: Curse of the Black Pearl. This photo depicts the crew of pirates who were victims of an Aztec curse. They are doomed to live forever as the undead. This photo is from the 2010 video game Red Dead Redemption: Undead Nightmare. This is a reworking of the original game Red Dead Redemption. In this version, the environment is eerie and dark. Zombies are created from a virus unleashed when tombs are destroyed and artifacts stolen, including an Aztec mask. The genre of Gothic literature is characterized by dreary settings and ominous feelings of isolation. The following are 3 examples of Gothic fiction where the undead take a starring role. The first one I'll cover is Bram Stoker's Dracula. Dracula is a Gothic horror novel written by Irish author Bram Stoker and published in 1897. In this story, Dracula moves from Transylvania to England in order to create more undead and replenish his strength. The Dead Undead was the original title for this book. It was changed to Dracula just a few weeks before publication. It was not an immediate bestseller when first published, although it received good critical reviews. Modern readers have enjoyed it, more than the readers of the Victorian era. The second one I'll cover is Nosferatu. Nosferatu is a German expressionist horror film released in 1922. This was an unauthorized adaptation of Bram Stoker's Dracula. The film is regarded as a cinematic masterpiece. This film removes the romantic aspect of the vampire and portrays him as a demonic monster. Nosferatu does not create other vampires, but instead kills his victims. The lasting success of this film is summed up in this quote by Roger Ebert. It knows none of the later tricks of the trade, like sudden threats that pop in from the side of the screen, but Nosferatu remains effective. It doesn't scare us, but it haunts us. The most recent story that I'll cover is Pet Sematary. Pet Sematary is a horror novel by author Stephen King, which was published in 1983. In this story, Louis Creed is a doctor from Chicago who moves to a small town and discovers the secrets held there. His neighbor tells him of a nearby cemetery with a curse. Both pets and people have been buried there and have returned as the undead. The novel is designed to be a retelling of The Monkey's Paw, a short story about parents who lose their son. They wish for him to come back from the dead, and their wish comes true. The following 2 are quotations that demonstrate the Gothic theme of the undead. The first will be a video clip from the 2019 film adaptation of Pet Sematary. Second is a famous quotation from author Edgar Allan Poe. "Sometimes dead is better" is the best quote from Pet Sematary that emphasizes the dangers of bringing loved ones back from the dead by using the cursed soil. The boundaries which divide life from death are at best shadowy and vague. Who shall say where the one ends and where the other begins? This quote comes from the horror classic short story The Premature Burial by Edgar Allan Poe. Some consider Poe the grandfather of the modern zombie because of his tales describing people rising from the grave in a state that appears lifeless, usually after being buried alive.